afternoon, welcome back to Jenny channel again. Last time I shared with you about two-digit number times two-digit number, the fast trick way. Today I'm going to share with you something like how to very fast work out of the percentage. Like sometimes you go to the shop, you can see 20% discount, 80% discount, or half price. And how do you work out this kind of, very fast to work out this kind of number? And before we talk about this, I would like to let you know what does mean percentage. Actually, percent actually per does mean each other. That means any number over cents 100. So any number over 100 is the percentage. So 20% is 20 over 100, so it's 20%. So that's why I said, you go to the shop, you will always see that today this thing's 30% discount or half price is 50%. Okay, now let's see how do you work out the real. Let's see, suppose like 50% off, 15% of 40. How do you quickly work out the answer? Maybe you are very fast to work out 50% of 40 is 6. So you may very fast, that's very good. But before we work out how do you get this answer, you need to understand some concept like 100%, 50%, and 10%. Okay, the last one is 5%. If you understand all this concept, it's very easy for you to work out any percentage times any number. Suppose like let's talk about this. 100% of 40. 100% of 40 actually is still 40. If I say 100% of 20 is 20, or I say 100% of 1000 is still 1000. So actually 100% it just doesn't change anything. And 50%, let's talk about 50% of 40 actually is 50% actually is half. So actually it's 20. Like suppose I said 50% of 100 is 50. And 50% of 5 is 2.5. So let's work about 10%. 10% of 40 is 4. So suppose I said 10% of 50 is 5. So, or 10% of 10 is 1. So this means 10%. And let's do about 45%. 45% of 40 actually is 10% of half. So it's 2. So if I say 5% of 100 is how much is 50. So that's how it work out. So if you understand this part, we can now work out how do you work out this answer is 6. Yeah, sometimes if you want to go up to see the good, very high mountain, if you go straight away, you need to overcome a lot of obstacles and spend a lot of energy. But if you can walk now, try to use another way, that will save you a lot of energy, plus you can see more view. Now let's see, actually 50% of 40, you can see 50% you can think about is 10%, and 5% is 15%, together is 15%. And then 10% of 40 actually is 4. And 5% of 40 actually is half, so it's 2. So 4 plus 2 is 6. So 10% plus 5% is 15%. So now if you understand this concept, understand this pattern, let's try that. See another example. This time we work a little bit harder. Suppose that 60% of 70. Let's do this way. 60% of 70. Let's do 60% of 70 is 60% of 70. Now, let's see. 60% we can make it is 50% plus 10% together. Okay, 50% of 70, actually is half, is 35. And 10% of 70 is 7. And 35 plus 7 together is 42. So the answer is 42. So because 60% you make it 50% plus 10%. Now let's work another more example. This time work a little bit harder, like 95% of 100. Let's do 95% of 100. Okay, 95% of 100. Let's see how it works. This time we don't use the strong way, we just use a little bit soft way. Change it. Suppose like 95%, I just make it 100%, 5%. So actually 100% minus 5% is 95%. And then let's work out less. 100% of 100 is 100 still here. And 5% of 100, you can think this two ways. You can think about 10% first. 10% of 100 is 80. And 5% is also half. So it's 40. So it is 40. So actually, what do you need to do is 100 minus 40, subtract 40, 760. 760, the answer. So the important thing is you need to know 95% you use like 100% minus 5%. That's the most important. You know this part. If you know this part, you're very easy to do. Okay, now let's use, you can get a piece of paper. I will give you 3 exercises and then do a little bit pause. You can try to use the same pattern, work out the answer to see you master this skill, this trick or not. Okay, let's see. 55% of 260. That's the answer. 25% of 840. And the last one is 85% of 360. Let's see what is the exact answer. And now let's work together. Let's see, 55%, you can see, think about 50% plus 5% means 55%. Okay, now we do 50% of 260. Actually, it's half. So it's 130. It's 50% of is 130. And then let's do 5% of it. How much is that? Let's do is about first do 10% of 260 is 26. 26, 5% is 13. So it's 13. And 130 plus 13 is 143. So the answer is 143. Do it work out right? Now let's do the second one. Second one is a little trick. If you before you didn't know, 25% actually is 40, is 1/4. So let's see, it's actually you can very fast to work out 210. But if not, you can do this way, 10%, 10% plus 5%, 840 plus 840, 840. Okay, that's what the answer. 10% of 840 is 84. This is 84. Same. And this is half of is 42. So all together plus together is 210. So it's exactly the same answer here. Okay, let's see the last one. The last one, 85%, you can use the same way. You can use 100% minus 15%, or you can 50% plus 35%. You can work out the answer. And this one keep you for yourself to work out by yourself. And I will give you the answer next week. And hope you enjoy this video, and I hope this video can help you. If you feel this help you, please share with your friend. And if you have any idea, any special technique want to share with others, please leave the comment down. If you leave the comment, maybe you will also help some other people. And this channel is really help. The only purpose is help people who cannot afford to pay the private tuition fee and also like to learn math and can help you. So I hope you enjoy it, and next time I'm going to share about not all the time, not only 50, 25, 30, this kind of long numbers. If suppose 21, 12, or any number of percentage, how do you work out the answer? And I hope you enjoy, and you join next time, and thank you.